right, you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ready to Love and what we can learn from this show. Now, we're going to do a mashup. We're going to do a little bit of the episodes 2 and 3 because I want to show you guys something. I want to show you the switch ups that's been going on and things that you may have missed. Now we're going to take it back over here to episode 2 because I want to show you guys something between episodes 2 and 3, especially what I've learned about Diedrich. Okay, so right here in the beginning of episode 2, you have Diedrich right here, and he shares his thoughts that it's all about the physical first. And it's not all about the personality. And he says he don't care what nobody say, because if a person says it's all about the personality first, then they must be ugly as hell. This is his words. Let's replay that back what he said.
In the beginning, it's all about the physical. I don't care what nobody says. The first person that tells you that, it's all about the personality, that's because they ugly as hell.
Oh,
We could do a date, trust me.
okay. Really?
No, yeah,
So I'm very surprised you're saying that.
like for real. Yes.
I initially was interested in Dietrich, but at the mixer, we had a one-on-one conversation, a very grown conversation. As far as visual, am I your type, or you more so prefer,
I used to be attracted to your type, but now I'm attracted to a different type. The vibe was good, it felt right. So I was like, I need to give trust a chance. I need to open up and just see where this can take us. You got the dopest vibe out of all the women. That's why you do. Your vibe is killer.
that technically could be a bad thing, because you ain't never heard no man say it. Man, look at her personality. That's just not typically what they saying.
As you can see in the initial phase, in the beginning, he said that it's all about the physical and that it's not about the personality. And if anybody tells you that, then they're lying. How he truly felt about it, and that he was being real and 100 about what he was saying. Then, as you can see in this shift, in episode 3, this shift where he said that he needs to open his eyes up. Now, if that's what he's trying to do, he's trying to take a different approach, because people do take different approaches in life when the same thing is not working out for them. If that is true and he's trying to take a different approach, that's good, because he's exploring his options. And a lot of times you will miss out on good people, and you won't even know if you can have a good thing if you're just basing it on one thing. But if he's trying to just do this to save himself on the show, then that's another thing. And you heard what she said based on what he said in the beginning. It sounded similar. She just said that no man is just going to be like, oh, wow, look at her personality. They're going to see what they like first and then pursue your vibe and your personality later. And that could be what he has done. He may have talked to other women that he found attractive and their vibe wasn't there. So he said, okay, I like her vibe. Let me see what she's talking about. And then I can go from there. But when she says that versus when she made that statement, that's just like a woman's intuition knowing that something may not be right, and why all of a sudden the shift. And you just told me that I was not your type, to all of a sudden now you see me desirable based off of my vibes and based off of my personality. So that's just something we have to watch with him. I know that I've been reading the comment section, and a lot of ladies been saying they like Diedrich, but they liked the Jay too, and Jay turned out to be a player, and they also liked the other guys on the show as well. So this is something that a lot of ladies got to watch out for when a man tells you things that you want to hear, because they're trying to secure what they want in return. They're doing things and telling you what you want to hear for a reason. That's how Derek Jackson was allowed to fool a lot of women as well. You got the good looks, you got the tone, you got the right things to say, and the women, they melt inside of these men's hands because of that. We got to read between the lines, and we got to look at action as well. Okay, so y'all noticed that Diedrich tried to save Ida, but she just wasn't getting it. She was not getting it. Look at this part where he tried to save Ida and let her know about herself, and she just kept on with the jokes. She just kept on thinking it was playtime.
You nervous?
No, but whenever
people start talking about cooking, I don't want it to be a level of judgment.
So I'm not judgmental. So
I
if
was. You
if
asked me was I nervous, and I told you why I was nervous.
I found out that Ida actually was just nervous, and that's why she's giving the homie vibe, only because she was joking so much. You know, that was her defense mechanism. You and I have had
Fun.
fun is cool,
Yeah.
but I want to know Ida. I don't want to think of Ida as the homegirl. I like to have fun. I like to joke. I mean, people laugh at me, you know, but at the same time, I want it to be authentic and real. If all I know about you is joking, I ain't never had a chance to be serious with you to know any other aspect of Ida. Right. And I have an attraction towards you, but all that's my first time learning that. Because you clown all the time.
See, that's one thing I do like about Diedrich, that he's able to actually read and try to at least understand people instead of judging them. A lot of time people just go off, something that you did, a mistake that you made, or an embarrassment, and they'll judge you for it, don't talk to you no more, or just label you as a certain type of person. But I like the fact that he's trying to dig deep, and he is a understanding person trying to figure out why people do the things that they do. And I'm kind of like that too. Like, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, why are they acting this way? Like, why are they coming across this way? What makes them do the things that they do? Because we're all human. And deep down inside all of these layers that we put up, there's a real person inside of there. And so I like the fact that he can open up his mind to see that when it comes to dealing with different people. And so that's what I think a lot of ladies are liking about him, this scene right here. And then the way that he articulates himself as well. All right, so Ida, she the one that got eliminated this round on episode 3. And I actually liked it, Ida, because she was kind of funny. I really wanted her to stay on the show because she had a good sense of humor. But the men did not tend to like, the men didn't take to her because of that reason. She only anytime she approached the men, she would joke a lot, and she would have a lot of funny things to say. And then when they try to get to know her, she would come back with another joke. So really, they couldn't take her seriously. They couldn't take her seriously. And maybe if she had been on the show a little longer, she might have opened up and got more serious as the time went by to show her true self. But she kind of gave me the Tiffany Haddish vibes. Not overly crazy with it though, but the Tiffany Haddish vibe where everything is a joke. And a lot of people, they like jokey, they like sense of humor, but they also want to know who you are as a person, given a serious situation or given a romantic situation. Like, if we're romantic, are you going to joke around? A lot of people imagine themselves with a person when they're trying to start something, build something with them with any given situation. They want to know, how will this person be in this situation? It's all about vibe. It's all about even just meeting people's family and meeting people's children. Like, how will you be with my child? How will you be with my parents? Are you going to be, is everything going to be a joke? But bottom line, is everything going to be a joke? And as you can see right here, when she met Christian, you can see that the initial phase was joking.
The first thing I noticed was that your ankles were moisturized, and I was like, a man after my own heart. Really? Eye for detail. My name is Ida, but growing up, I like to be called Vicky because there was a show called Small Wonder, and there was a robot on there. Her name was Vicky, and I was just obsessed with her. You give me more than gay vibes. Do you get that a lot? I want to let you know that.
So yeah, she can be a little weird at times, but you see how she went up to Christian and she said, "Oh, I noticed, the first thing I noticed about you is you moisturize your ankles." So she basically saying that most men she meet, they ankles are ashy. And then she goes to Diedrich and she says, "You give me gay vibes," and just walk off. Like, what? So yeah, she's kind of funny and a little weird at the same time, but I wanted her to stay for that reason. I know that's a selfish reason, but I mean, she's gone, and the other one, Adria, she left the show because she wasn't really being assertive. She wasn't really trying to seek the men like the other women was, and that's understandable. She seemed like a nice girl. Let me show you who that is, because I don't want to make the video too long, but I do want to show you guys who everyone is. so you can get an idea. Sometimes when you're talking about something, I did a poll and a lot of people said they didn't watch the show. But that's why I'm doing these little clips to show you guys who these people are and a little bit of what they're saying so you can get an idea of who I'm talking about when I'm talking about them. Dang, where's Adria? See, Adria, I can't even find her. That's how hidden she was. Can't even find her. I'm gonna just put a picture up of her because I wanted you to get her in conversation, but she didn't have really many conversations on here. You know, she didn't really have many conversations on here. But yeah, I'm just gonna put a picture of her up. But she was it, y'all ain't really missed nothing with her because she didn't really mingle that much. But she seemed like a nice woman though. Now a lot of people wasn't feeling Ida, but if y'all notice, she was the only one that was not feeling Troy. Watch this.
Christian. Just because he's just a little mild mannered and I need him to be assertive. Right. Christian, little Chris. Not this Chris. No, not this Chris. Because Chris walked in, I was like, wait a minute, I like his voice. His name's Troy? So we're not feeling Troy. I like Troy. You can have him, girl.
Okay, so did you notice that mostly all the women wasn't feeling Khalil and they wasn't feeling Christian because they thought that they weren't assertive enough. And as you can see, women like assertive men. Women like those type of men that's just gonna go and get what they want. They want a man that's gonna be confident in themselves and they like a little aggression. They like this stuff. And this proves it right here. So they wasn't feeling what they may think is the weakest links or the beta men. But as you can see that Ida, the jokester, the one that they didn't even like, she was the only woman on the show that didn't like the Playboy and seen who he was from the beginning. But I'm gonna also show you this right here. Christian, he seemed like he was a very nice guy. I say seemed like because I don't want to just say somebody is this way because anybody can put on a front. But he seemed like a nice guy. He was a gentleman on the show, very laid back. He wasn't like, very assertive, but he did enough. He did enough. And he did go and try to pursue these women and talk to them. He did more than Adria did. But I just don't like the fact that they got rid of him so quick based off of his personality. Like let people be who they are. He got eliminated the first round, but at the same time somebody had to get eliminated. So that's understandable. But at the same time, I feel like Troy should have been the first one eliminated because he was the one that started off as a playboy, only wanting to take these women on trips, touching everybody, kissing on everybody, and acting like the playboy. But then, yet the women keep him there. It's like the swag and the bad boy personality is more attractive and more appealing than the good guy. But I'm going to show you the difference. Look at Christian here.
No, I'm not going to. How are you? How you doing? Good. Well, I did invite Christian over here because you're a very handsome man, and a lot of women like, oh, I like him, but he doesn't seem that assertive. Okay. So we want to get to know a little bit more about you before we have to make that elimination determination. Okay. So tell us something about you. I want to know now. Mailman by day, model on the side. Okay. Christian does come across as a really sweet guy. But my desire to see him first did kind of come from like, oh, that's my homie, that's my brother. Like, let me look out for him, and not from a like intimate space of us getting together. Yeah, I go fishing. Yeah, y'all got me on the spot. I took notes.
I kind of think that was wrong that they just put him on the spot as all out of all people, but they're kind of like low key laughing at him. Of course that's gonna make a person nervous. You just put him on the spot, and then you got all these people around here kind of snickering and laughing at you like you just the butt of the show. And I don't like that Kyra did that. I don't like that she did that because that was wrong. But at the same time, somebody did need to be eliminated. But the truth is, let me show you something. Let me show you how he walked in. I don't even really think that is his personality, because it's nothing wrong with his personality to me. I just think they wasn't feeling him physically. If he was that man that they usually look for, as far as how they like the physique and all that stuff, he could have got away with his personality. He could have been shy guy and still the women would have liked him if he looked the part. Now let me show you how he walked in, because let me see. Hold on. Cause he got this little crazy eye going on. You see that? He got that little weird crazy eye going on. And I don't think the women like that. Now watch how he walked in side-eyed. You see that? He walked in side-eyed. And I'm sure they paid attention to it, but they didn't want to call it out. Every time he walked in somewhere, he was looking like he about to attack. Look at that. You seen that? You seen his eyes just went joop, 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 joop. It was just something a little off right there. And I think that's what they didn't like about him. Because if he was like this type of the dream guy that they look for, his personality wouldn't even matter. For real, for real. Because why even keep Troy there? First of all, Troy is not attractive at all. I'm sorry, he's not. But since he got the swag, he's still managing to be on the show. And since he's showing all the women some attention, and too much, if you ask me, he he's still on the show. But hopefully he gone next, cause he kind of.
The women love to travel, and this is spending time together on a romantic island with me. I'm gonna be rocking around in bikinis, I'm gonna be slapping that ass, and we're gonna be on the beach having a good time. Sure, baby.
Okay, so you already noticed he come off at the rip trying to take people on trips. He's saying he just want to smack some booty. He's saying he just want to be on the trip. Like, he watching a lot of music videos and he want to live that lifestyle. As you can see him on the beach with the robe on and the cigar, you can tell that he watches a lot of these movies and he want to live that life. And you will see where I'm getting that at when I get into episode 3. But let's keep going here because I want y'all to see the correlation. All right, check out these clips with Troy.
And strong. That little warm-up suit on she got on, just one. Y'all comfortable?
Yes.
Yes.
I tried.
Boots, baby.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
What's up? Look at you. Y'all comfortable?
Yes.
Yes.
I tried.
Yes. Chrysanthemum came in strong. That little warm-up suit on she got on, just want to just eat her, slop her up like a biscuit.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Just you can even hear it in the thirst in his voice. Chrysanthemum. Like he just pre-cummed on himself just off the thought of chrysanthemum. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous. It's just too much. It's too much. Now they say that the sneaky ones, are the ones you got to watch out for, and the ones that just put it all out there, they doing it for a front. But this right here is just creepy. It's just creepy. But obviously they like that attention because he's still there. All right. Keep watching. See what else he do. See what else he gonna do.
So it's like you want to get to know, you want to talk to, have a conversation with you, and just say. As soon as you walked in the room, I was like, I felt the energy and wanted to come over and talk to you.
That's awesome.
I really feel the vibe, 100%.
I was feeling Troy a little bit, but in the pit of my stomach, I was like, I don't really know if you're being real with me. You and these kisses. It was fun talking to you.
Fine ass. Kind of fine, you know? Let me tell you.
You know, he was telling me that I'm definitely his type, and he texted me I was his number one. But I have a feeling that there's some other number ones as well.
What's wrong with your fine ass? Kind of fine, you know? Let me tell you, the attraction I have for you, when you walked in, I felt the energy. You need a real man. Because of how, we interact, I feel a better vibe with you than I feel anybody. Yeah. So let me read your palm.
What does my future hold?
You're going to make out with Troy sometime soon.
Maybe. He say so.
And this could be a fake. This could not even be the type of person he is, but he putting on this front like he's some type of playboy, or like all the women want him, or like he a ladies man, because obviously he think that's what the women like. But see, nephew Tommy gonna tell him about himself toward the end of the show. We've seen in the episode where a lot of these people, they use other people as a leverage to stay on the show, and they may not be even interested in these people. And the red flags was there, but we was ignoring it based off of how they acted or how they played the game. Even your girl, that's just like with Adriana. Adriana played the game so well and acted like she was just so for Rashid, and that, Rashid is still her number one, but she already knew Rashid really, really liked her, and that Adriana was his number one, and that he would pick Adriana over all of them, and that's what kept her safe on the show. So she had to keep them there. Then if she kept him there, then that means she would be able to stay there, because she already knew that he chose her as his number one, and they already had this conversation. But she was really interested in Kelfani, and that's who she picked. And when she picked Kelfani, Kelfani left her for the ex. And that's how it works out. You can't play the game, because when you play the game, eventually you will get played. Now let's go ahead and continue. All right, so you got Khalil and Tressa. They got to talking, and although I like her personality, and she is very funny, like she's actually one of the favorite ones on the show that I like. On a snippet, based on the snippet I seen of her in the introduction, she said Khalil seems like a nice guy. Khalil seems like a nice guy now, but he don't have that swag that she looking for on the snippet. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you that was in her introduction. Okay, so look at this clip right here. She meets Khalil, right? Khalil seems like a pretty nice guy, well spoken guy, and I think he said he was a teacher on here. And let's see how this interaction goes.
Also one who is going to challenge me to do better. So what do you do for a living?
A stand-up comedian.
You been to like what is it? Laugh Stop? Is it Laugh Shop?
Here?
What's our
Well,
comedy
improv.
Improv.
Yes. When I was talking with Khalil, he is very intelligent, but I don't know, the swag wasn't there. So what do you do, Jason?
I'm a teacher. Like car sales.
You're a teacher too.
Okay, so right there, you guys can see she said that he seems like an intelligent guy. Why wouldn't a woman want an intelligent guy, a gentleman, a nice guy? But a lot of women are looking for the bad boys. They're looking for the swag. They're looking for that good look. They're looking for that little fire. And a lot of times that can get us messed up. So I think that she really initially has her eyes on Diedrich. She is something about Diedrich that she likes, because he like a smooth talker. But you got to be careful with that, because you can get yourself in trouble with a certain type of men when we keep on writing off the ones that may be good for us. As you can see, you see how she went from him to, okay, what's your name? You don't got enough swag for me. But then at the same time, Diedrich said that you didn't look the part, but then turned around and said that you got the good personality. Well, he might not have the swag you want, but he might be the type of guy. You see how that interchangeable, how you see how this can hurt you see how this can hurt you as well when you're trying to date somebody, or you're in the dating scene. You self-consciously write people off and don't know that you're doing it for similar reasons on why people write you off. You see what I'm saying? But overall, I like her. She has a good personality. She's very funny, and she's down to earth. She's she doesn't seem like she acting. She seemed like she's really looking for love out here.
I got a question. If the guy said, I just want to just kind of take it easy, I'd rather practice abstinence, could you sign up for that?
How long is this going?
Till y'all get married.
So you get married? When is he planning on getting married? Right. When we get married?
I believe in waiting until you're married. For me personally, I don't judge nobody, but I would like to just kind of be with somebody that has these real strong standards.
I'm not even gonna try to pretend like it's not important.
I got
okay. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I can do that. And I can. I've done it before. I don't want to. We are in our 40s, and what that do?
See, that's why I like Tressa, man, because she funny and she keeping it real. But I just wanted to play that because a lot of times, and I've been seeing a lot of different shows where people, especially women, they always talk about abstinence. They talk about holding out and waiting and all this and that in their 40s now. In their 40s, 50s, or whatever. They say they're celibate now. They're waiting for the right man or whatever, whatever, whatever. And when the men are like, okay, we are in our 40s, we already been there, done that, you got kids, blah, blah, blah. Why do you want to do this now? A lot of women get offended and they think that the man is being a pushover, or feel like the man is being some type of way because they don't respect the fact that they want to wait till marriage. But now you see it's the other way around. You see that the man is asking, if I want to wait, will you wait for me? And the women are feeling the same way that a lot of these men do. So what's the difference? Time of your life to want to try to start over right now. Let's get to know each other. Like, we're almost dead. And the longer you wait, you probably gonna die abstinent or die or celibate, still not mean your husband or wife. And that's how a lot of these people feel. But a lot of people get offended. A lot of people get offended when a person is just speaking their mind on how they feel. And as you can see, these women are speaking how they feel. They said, look, I can't wait that long. You see what I'm saying? So if a man says the same thing, how is it different? Really, we both are wanting and asking for the same things. But a lot of people just don't want to admit that. And so that's why I wanted to play this little clip right here. It's because it's not always a one-way thing. Women want. So let's go ahead and get to Kyra. Okay, so you got Kyra right here. She kind of got a history with AJ. I guess they had went on a date before. She said they went on a date before and he was El Cheapo. And so she holding a grudge off of that. And this is something that a lot of the ladies didn't like with Chris of last season, because he said that he's wanting to share the bills with a woman and he's believing in 50-50, and a lot of women didn't like that. So while AJ still have those same type of characteristics that Chris had last season, the other women don't know him, and so they like him. A lot of women like him because of his, tall, dark, and handsome physique that he has. But see, Kara, she has a history with him, and she says that he was El Cheapo, and he just left her hanging without an explanation and left her to pay the whole tab on the date. And even though he came back in this episode, took him to, let her know what the real deal was, she is still holding a grudge off of that. And so I would say to that is, either forgive him and, look beyond that. But if it's hard to look beyond that, then you should just try to pursue other people instead of him, if you can't really get that off your chest or get that out of your mind. But that's the history that they got going on. Now, if you come over here, now as you can tell that a lot of men like Kyra. You might not can tell, but a lot of them found her attractive, as you can see right here.
Hello, sister. How you doing? How you beautiful? How you doing, man? Ooh, I'm in trouble. Athletic belt. Come on. Okay. Kyra had that green dress on and that athletic belt, and she walked with confidence. I was like, ooh, I'm in trouble. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, cool. 36. Okay,
Okay.
we around. Okay, cool.
How old did you think I was?
27.
Okay, you know,
Hey, you don't play no crack, girl. Come on now.
Not the only city with relationship problems.
You did. I'm gonna pull you away. Houston, players get chose, men get chose. Does not work for this girl. Kyra? Jason.
Jason,
Nice meeting you. How you doing today?
Love your makeup.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I did not mean to interrupt your story. No, you got it. Just go chat with them. So.
Well, since you did, I'm gonna pull you away. Here. Come on.
Okay.
Kyra.
All right. So as you can see, a lot of them complimented her well. And Alexis Fly, if you guys remember, Alexis Fly Jones initially said that she was into Jason because Jason was the coach of her son's basketball team. And she said that she had a crush on him for a long time. And first, when she first seen him in the parking lot, she had a crush on him. And that, it's unfortunate that they are on the show together. And she's was talking like she wanted to pursue him. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you a little snippet on that. Now you remember how strong she was coming on to AJ. Now watch, this is episode 1 right here. This is the first this is episode 2 right here. This is the second episode. The first episode everybody was just basically introducing themselves, but so you didn't really miss anything. But this is the second episode, and as you can see, she was just as flirty with Jason as she was with AJ, as opposed to making the men feel like they are her number one. Check this out.
Coach. Jason happened to be my son's basketball coach. So I cannot believe he's here, and I was really excited and probably a little bit too giddy because here was my chance to let him know that I had been eyeing him for a minute. Yeah, I liked you when I first saw you in the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
I always used to be like, dang, I look a hot mess. I'm not living up to my brand name. He probably doesn't even find me attractive. You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen me this fly.
No, I haven't.
You haven't. They call me Alexis Fly because of my style. Anytime I'm walking into a place, it's like all the men look at me, they stare. I'm like, I know I'm looking good. I know I'm fine. I'm out here trying to catch something, throw out my line, reel it in, but I can't reel in nothing because nobody want to talk to me.
She got a lot of confidence, I tell you that. But catch this right here. She said she ain't got no problem finding no man. She the flyest thing in there. Every time she walk in the room, the men stop and stare. And basically she said she get any man she want. But then she turned around and said, but every time I reel it out, they ain't trying to catch it. So there's a contradiction here. Let me replay that again, because y'all already know what she says, right? Now watch this. Watch this now. Listen, she said every time she walk into the place, all the men look at her, all they stare at her and stuff like that. But then she can't catch no men. She can't get one. Now when people are really overly this confident, they're hiding something. They're covering up for something else. It's something else is lacking in their life that they have to cover it up with this overconfident thing. And that may be something that she is trying to do. She is trying to put on this armor to make these men feel like, hey, I am the prize. And really, of course, you're supposed to feel like you're the prize. You're supposed to feel that way. But it's the way that she's doing it that ends up turning into a turn off. And she doesn't realize that she's doing that. It's almost like being somebody you're not. When you're trying to be somebody you're not, then people can see that. People can see when you're not being your true self, or you're not just being natural. And so that's what she's doing. And so when she said that she walk into a room and all of them stare, they might be staring because they're staring. They might be staring at you because they're like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you overly doing it? They might be staring at you for that reason. But listen to this again.
Anytime I'm walking into a place, it's like all the men look at me, they stare. I'm like, I know I'm looking good. I know I'm fine. I'm out here trying to catch something, throw out my line, reel it in, but I can't reel in nothing because nobody want to talk to me.
You heard that? She just admitted, because nobody want to talk to me. But if you're so overly confident that everybody want to talk to you, why would you at the end say that nobody wants to talk to you? Because that's the real truth. You feel like men don't want to talk to you for a certain reason, so you cover it up with this overly confident behavior and this in the thirsty behavior, because you think that's what you need to do to get the man. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. She said she was married to a preacher. A person that is married to a preacher, they usually behave in a more laid back spiritual type of manner. Was if she was a different person and she got back into the dating scene, of course she's going to have to rebuild herself and change things about herself to make herself more appealing to what people are looking for out here or what people are attracted to out here. So it kind of seemed like she made this image for herself. She made this character for herself. This fly, the woman I see right here is not a woman that's being herself. This is a self-made woman. This is a woman that made herself the way she is right now. And she's probably scared for the men to get to know her because she think that men don't like her the way she is. Then you got AJ right here. He says he's picky. He dated women. He liked nice looking women, but he looking for something more than just the initial beauty phase. And he looking for something more than just, thirst. He looking for more than thirst. So as you can see later on that he is going to be a little bit annoyed with Alexis Fly Jones because he's going to say that she coming on too strong, and he don't like that. He just wants something more authentic, something more real, something more, a vibe that he can, that a vibe that feels more natural and not forced.
I'm like, I guess that's me.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm picky. You know, I've dated pretty, but as far as really having a solid connection for life, that's what I'm looking for here.
What's up, my man? What's going on? How you doing?
So as you can see, he's looking for that solid connection. But then when you go over here to season 3, all right, as you can see right here with his date with Alexis Fly Jones, she kept on mentioning the fact that she was sexually attracted to him. She kept saying she could feel the chemistry, and most of her responses kept leading back to how she was feeling about him physically, and he was trying to get to another subject and get to know her on a more deeper level, but he can tell that she was more focused on the physical, and maybe to him it just felt like it wasn't so genuine and natural because he wants to know that a woman is looking for more than that with him. So listen to this small little snippet right here.
Test some
Okay,
stuff
test
out.
it out before I just go all the way in. I was just gonna go all the way in.
You seem like an all the way in type of woman.
Yeah, so you can help me out, slow me down a little bit.
But what if I want to speed you up?
Ooh, you want me to go that fast?
You might be right. I might need to slow you down.
There's definitely some sensual chemistry going on there. It was ironic that we were at a place called Love Make. I like the beard.
Look at look. Imagine if I go ahead and caress your face right now. What that's gonna lead to?
Yeah, it'll definitely lead to some things. I definitely love the touch. It's one of my love languages. Hugs, kisses, all of that.
Okay. Well then, why are you sitting so far away? If that's
Oh,
the
I
case?
can come closer. Is that close enough?
Yeah, that'll do.
It's just easy to talk to him, and it's easy to. Obviously, you're attractive. I mean, and you make music. I love that. That means you can put me to bed. I hope you can't sing, because if you can sing, yeah, it's a wrap. Panties probably be dropping.
Alexis even out-aggressed me a little bit. Why you do that?
Okay.
I'll go get the hot wax. You ever have any experience with that or not?
On my feet when I'm getting a pedicure, but if you have other ways I can experience it, I would definitely let it talk.
Look, you wild.
Okay,
Oh my
just
goodness.
a little bit, you know.
It got to the point where we still making a candle.
So I wonder how long it takes before it gets hard. Oops.
I get it, but when you rush into sex, it can cloud your judgment really, really quickly. And that's something that I definitely don't want to do in this process.
All right, you guys, you heard it yourself. All the gestures and everything made it lead up to him thinking that it was all about sex for her. And that's true that it can cloud your judgment, because if you haven't got to know a person beyond the initial phase and then you go right into the sex, then there's really nothing else to look forward to. And then it's kind of like, let me see what the next person is talking about, because you didn't really have that time put in or anything to fall back on after the sex that you can look forward to, other than trying to get some more, other than trying to get back in them draws. Okay, so this is the scene right here that kind of set AJ off, because you notice that people even watch how you interact with other people, and they just want to see the vibe and how you take the people, and how your energy is. And the energy that Alexis Fly Jones was giving off right here didn't sit too well with AJ, even though to me it looked like it was just back and forth, playful, joking around, and competition. But just listen to this, what he said about her after this cook off.
We're making a kosher meal.
A kosher meal.
Kosher salt. No pork. Kosher.
All right.
My mac and cheese friends. Yes. We can add our milk now. What temperature? We're going to be at about a 5.
Okay.
Better not be no dry ass bechamel.
Oh, baby, ain't nothing dry over here. It's nothing but moisture. Okay.
Again, Alexis was coming on real strong and aggressive.
That's some sexy cheese,
It
baby.
is sexy.
Yes, honey.
Just not my thing.
Now, to me, it looks like they're both being a little spicy. So he's saying it's not his thing when she's doing it, but yet the other woman that he with right here, she's doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying? The other woman that he's with right here, she's doing the same thing. But let's see who started this spicy behavior.
What's up, people?
We're gonna do some wine.
Yes, Lord.
Hello, Chris. You see that?
Alexis, she a baddie, bro. Just like pow, pow, like dang.
You know what we're cooking today? See, we have this pork that you don't eat.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Look, I am impressed.
Y'all ready to start cooking?
Yes.
Let's get already doing teamwork over here, helping with the apron situation.
Y'all know this is not a competition, right?
I'm sorry, we're in our own lane.
Yeah. Well, we're in the winning lane because I have a chef right here, so.
Me and Alexis.
All right, you guys. Now you see who started this spicy behavior. First, it was Alexis Fly Jones. It looked like she might have been a little bit jealous because she was feeling AJ, but see, Stacy is on the date with AJ, and so she already started off with the jokes. We're gonna get back to Alexis Fly Jones and dang, what the dude name is. The basketball coach. That's what I'm gonna call him because I can't remember everybody's name now. We're gonna get back to the one that she said that she initially liked, because he was she caught his eye, and the one that coaches her son basketball team. We're gonna get back to them because they are speaking right here once again in episode 3. But as y'all remember, he had his eye on what's her name? Forget Nefo's name. Kyra. Now he had his eye on Kyra, right? And that's the one that initially caught his eye. See, Alexis Fly Jones kind of just threw herself in the mix. But we're going to see if there's a change of heart, if he feeling Alexis Fly Jones more than he feeling Kyra.
Would feel bringing another man into the picture. So, I know your son.
Yeah.
How would you think he would feel bringing another man into the picture?
I think because you're his coach, he would be excited. Mommy has to be happy for you to be happy.
Amen.
Okay, so as you can see right here, you have Dave and Liz. They had a beautiful moment. They had a lot in common due to their church background and their spirituality. He wasn't really interested in her from the jump until they shared that little connection together. So I say that to say that the vibe is important. The personality is important because you can find yourself making a major shift in your decision based off of that. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Leaving a lady waiting. How are you?
I've been waiting on you.
Stacy.
They've been hiding you.
I was hidden.
I'm just open to whatever God has for me. How you doing, my brother? At that point, I started looking at Liz different. We grew up with choirs.
Choirs.
Like,
John P. Key. Come on.
yeah, his
come on.
choir. And I love the fact that we both got spiritual foundation. So now I'm like, wow, what's going to happen after this? Because now I want to get to know Liz better. Hezekiah Walker, his
commission?
choir. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay, right here, as you can see, Stacy is getting a little irritated with Ida right here. I think this is David, but Stacy getting a little irritated with Ida. Ida keeps on coming over and stealing the show. But as you can see, she's very silly right here as well. Listen to this. And look at Stacy's face when she sits down.
No, I don't need any room. Look at you.
Look at her face. Look at her face. Hold on. This is not the first time she did this. Hold on.
No, I don't need any room.
Look at her face. Look at her face. Because this is not the first time Ida has done this when she was with somebody. But at the same time, Stacy has did it as well. But listen.
You got the whole color scheme going on right now.
Right? I feel like you're getting nervous.
I promise you I'm not.
I feel like you are. Do you feel like you can marry yourself? I'm kidding.
I don't.
You started answering. No. He was like, well, I mean, you know,
In
we go to Utah.
Yeah, see, she got that silly vibe going on. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it can't just be like that all the time, you know. But then look over here. Oh, there's Andrea. Okay, hold on. All right, here's Adria right here. See, but she just give me grandma-ish vibes. Just watch.
You had me on the fence yesterday.
It's just me seeing how would this work and kind of being able to picture it in my mind. With Andrea, at first I was thinking, hey, I haven't spent enough time with her, but I got to thinking, like, no, I've had time to have conversations with her. I just don't feel like a real spark, a real chemistry there. She's gorgeous, but it's nothing there that really makes me say, hey, let me keep digging in this.
As you can see, Stacy comes in and takes her time with AJ. Watch this. She takes her time.
I suppose the brunch did change my feelings on AJ because our conversation was really short and kind of dry. And you know, that I guess maybe is on both of our parts. Sorry to fill you away mid-conversation.
No, because I seen you when you came in.
All right, but watch this. She said she's sorry to steal him away and all this and that, but then when Ida comes, she don't like that. What this? What this? Oh, before that though, watch this other joke that she's gonna make, Ida. And this is what's gonna get her eliminated because she just every man she met on this show, she had something to say about them. Like she had a little joke about them. Listen.
Right in the portion where it was getting good.
I'm loving this NBA pregame outfit you have on.
The NBA pregame outfit.
It's giving me just got off the bus vibe.
She said, I like this NBA pre-game outfit you got on. And then she goes to say, it's giving me just got off the bus vibes. What kind of stuff is that to say or somebody you just getting to know? Like, if you already knew this person and y'all know each other personality and, you know, you can just joke like that, then they ain't going to take no offense to it because they already know that y'all just joke like that. But to a person you don't even know, they're going to be like, okay, where you getting at with this? They ain't gonna think it's so funny. But listen to what Stacy has to say about how Ida is trying to steal him away, even though she just stole him away from Adria.
To go make $1 million.
Brunch, the food, everything was amazing, with the exception of Ida. They got 7 other men here. Go sit on somebody else's lap. Like, leave me alone.
So, you know,
Well, heck, they had 7 other men there that you could have sat on their lap, but you went and go get AJ from Adria after you seen them on a date. So what's the difference, boo boo? What is the difference? But at the same time, Ida did steal 2 of your people away that you was trying to talk to. As you guys can see, she went over to David when Stacy was talking to David, but then she went over to AJ when Stacy was talking to AJ. So was she trying to target Stacy? Was she targeting Stacy? Did she have a little bit of competition with Stacy. Who knows? We wouldn't know because she gone now. But we're gonna go ahead and get over to. All right, as you can see right here, Amber was feeling Troy a little bit. Amber is the alpha female. She presented herself as the alpha female in the beginning when she was introducing herself on the first episode. And she was interested in Troy a little bit, but then Troy started showing his playboy behaviors and she started to change her mind about how she felt about him. Now, let me show you this, because this is the same behavior that I was telling you about in the beginning of this review, about how he was touching and feeling on all the girls and showing that playboy mentality and that playboy swag and thinking that the women was going to like that. But Amber caught on real quick.
Mine is the best, right?
Yeah, it's the best. Hold it up again, let me see here.
You're not even looking at it. You're not even looking at it. Troy is being a playboy right now. You can't just be going around here kissing everybody. I feel like it was a game for him.
I see what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at.
Things changed between Troy and I.
Now, as you can see, Amber is not about them games. She dismissed him, but she did have her eyes on Chris. And I think her and Chris is going to make a great couple, because if you look over here, she did have a good connection with Chris. And I think they're going to hit it off pretty well, because as you notice, she is speaking his language. And everybody can tell that Chris is the beta male. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but um it seems like doesn't mind a woman taking authority and making decisions in the relationship and not putting so much pressure on him. And so when they have that agreement, it works well for them. And so listen to what she says to him that sets that conversation off to let us know that they will work well together.
See who really wants Chris and who wants KG Smooth. And in the whole situation with Naya, we brought up finances. I don't want any human being to feel as if I have something over them because I pay majority of the bills or I pay the big bills.
I don't mind splitting stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous for me to say, give me all your check. How do we flourish? How do we even progress together as a household?
Oh, the conversation with Amber was dope. I was just like, wow, I like how she flows and everything. So I was really feeling her vibe.
We're equal. Exactly.
All right, you guys, you see that they hit it off real well. So I think they will do well together, because, Chris, he falls in love quick and he usually has his eyes set on one woman and he is a lover boy. So as long as she's interested and they're on the same page, I don't think that that's going to break up anytime soon. But if you guys don't remember what happened last season, this is the turnaround on what set everything off with Chris and Naya.
So what's your thought on finances?
I think that's a conversation that, one would have. I think, we split the mortgage. I would take water, cable, internet. Maybe she handles the car insurance.
So it's about splitting everything.
Being partners with it.
Let's see here.
I'm not intimidated by a strong woman. I mean, I know she make more than me because, ain't no money in radio. She ain't no money in radio. I do this for the love. You know what I'm saying? And so I have no problem with falling back and letting her shine. I know my place.
I've had some unfortunate situations happen as far as not having successful pregnancies. And I don't want to carry again and have to be concerned with finances. So that literally is something. But as far as when you see yourself as a husband, what are the things you look forward to giving and being to your wife or to the household?
My role is to fill in and step up where you see the gaps.
So you think the leader fills in the gaps or the leader makes it done and the woman comes in to help fill in the gaps?
Well, I thought it was a partnership because that's the type of man I am. I mean, it's been like that throughout my entire life, Yeah.
I mean, it's 2020. Some women may want to contribute instead of having the man, do it all because they are so empowered. But I could definitely tell that the tide had changed. Like the energy just didn't feel the same. Man.
All right, you guys seen that. So he wasn't too comfortable in playing a leadership role. And now things have changed on season 3 with Chris and Amber. So we'll see how this plays out. All right, you guys, let me know how you like the review. I left a couple of people out, but I just touched up on the people that just played a significant part in the roles on the show and things that we can learn from them. The other people, they didn't really do too much in the show, and I didn't want to make this video any longer, but I just touched up on the characters that everybody wanted to see feedback from. So if you guys would like me to touch up on any other characters, or you dislike anything about the review or liked anything about the review, just comment below and share with me, and maybe I can elaborate more or change a couple of things on here. But you guys like, comment, subscribe to the page for the next video, and don't forget to hit the like button, because I always forget to say that. Don't forget to hit the like button. All right, you guys, you have a blessed day. I'm out.